Welcome back to the channel Top 2 First Up Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we've got a very exciting episode for you. We're diving deep into the world of modern US coins and spotlighting one that might just be sitting in your change jar right now, worth way more than you think. Yes, we're talking about the 2009 US Virgin Islands quarter dollar, especially in extra fine condition. The 2009 Virgin Islands quarter is part of the DC and U.S. Territories Quarter Program. This special series came right after the iconic 50-state quarters program and included 6 coins representing Washington, D.C. and the 5 U.S. territories. The Virgin Islands quarter was released in September 2009 and holds a unique place in numismatic history. Let's talk design. On the reverse of the Virgin Islands quarter, you'll find a striking image featuring a banana-quit bird perched among the yellow cedar flower and a tire palm tree. These are all rich symbols of the territory's natural beauty and biodiversity. The inscriptions read, U.S. Virgin Islands, and the territorial motto, United in Pride and Hope. The obverse side, of course, retains the classic profile of George Washington, which appears on all U.S. quarters. But even that familiar face gains new meaning when paired with the rare back design and the limited mintage of this particular quarter. Now, let's dig into why this quarter has been turning heads in the coin market recently. First, consider its mintage numbers. The 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter had a total mintage of around 139 million coins. Compared to the billions minted in other years, that's a relatively low number. But here's the twist. A large portion of these coins entered circulation and stayed there. That means finding one in high grades like extra fine, about uncirculated, or mint state is significantly harder than you'd think. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. So, what exactly does extra fine condition mean in numismatics? An extra fine or XF coin has very light wear on the highest points of the design, with most of the detail still clearly visible. It's a strong grade and highly desirable for collectors who want coins with character, but without heavy damage. Right now, an extra fine 2009 Virgin Islands quarter can fetch between $3 to $8 on average, depending on the buyer. But if it's a nearly uncirculated coin, or has unique toning or an error, like a die crack or off-center strike, it could go for much more. Let's talk about the auction market. Recently, there have been eBay sales and collector auctions where XF and AU Virgin Islands quarters have sold for $10, $20, and even $30 when demand surges. It all depends on timing and how badly a collector needs it to complete their set. If you think that's impressive, consider this. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, especially those in mint state condition, MS, 65 or higher, have sold for over $100. And some with rare errors? Even more. What makes this coin even more exciting is that it's still possible to find it in pocket change, rolls from the bank, or old coin jars at home. That's right, your everyday change could hold a hidden gem that's worth more than lunch. So, what should you look for if you're hunting for this coin? Start by checking the reverse side for the island-themed design. Look closely at the condition. Does it still have sharp detail, little wear, and good luster? Then check for any unusual errors or die marks that might add value. Another tip, if you're serious about collecting, consider investing in a basic coin loop and a grading guide. These tools can help you accurately assess your coin's condition and avoid selling yourself short in the market. It's also smart to monitor coin forums, eBay listings, and auction results to stay updated on what these coins are currently fetching. The market fluctuates with trends and collector interest, and 2009 quarters are gaining more traction as time goes on. Remember, coins like the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter are not just about money. They're about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Every quarter has a story, and the U.S. Territories series has a chapter that many collectors are just beginning to appreciate. So there you have it. The 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter in extra fine condition is definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Check your change, search your rolls, and maybe, just maybe, you'll strike coin gold. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting insights. Until next time, happy hunting! Next up, collectors and coin lovers. Today, We're diving into a fascinating topic that's been heating up in the numismatic world, the United States quarter dollar, specifically from the years 1836 to 2003, with a focus on those struck with the P mint mark and in extra fine condition. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a small treasure. Before we get into values and recent auction results, let's rewind and explore the roots of the U.S. quarter. The quarter dollar was first authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792 and began production in 1796. But the series saw major transformations between 1836 and 2003, both in design and composition. In 1836, we were still in the seated Liberty era, a stunning design by Christian Gobrecht. These quarters are now considered highly collectible due to their age and limited mintage. Fast forward to the barber quarters of the late 19th century, and you'll find serious value in even worn-down pieces. Next came the standing Liberty quarters from 1916 to 1930, which remain favorites for their artistic beauty and relatively low mintage numbers. A 1927 S in XF condition can fetch thousands at auction today. Then we moved into the era most people are familiar with, the Washington quarter. First minted in 1932, this design stayed nearly unchanged until the state quarter program started in 1999. But did you know some of these carry serious value if they have specific errors or were struck in limited numbers? Now let's talk about the P mint mark, standing for the Philadelphia Mint. It didn't appear on quarters until 1980. So if you have a 1980 P quarter or later, pay attention, especially if the coin is in extra fine or uncirculated condition. The state quarter program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, brought new life into coin collecting. Many of these coins, especially the earlier 1999 P and 2000 P state quarters in XF condition, are sought after. Some have rare errors or limited die variations that push their value even higher. Let's talk grading. Extra fine, XF, means your coin shows light wear on high points but retains sharp details. For collectors, this is a desirable grade, especially if the coin has eye appeal and minimal surface damage. So, what's the market saying today? Recent auctions have shown a rise in interest for XF and higher-grade quarters from the late 1900s and early 2000s. A 1999 P Delaware quarter in XF with a known die crack error recently sold for over $150. Even some common date quarters are pulling in good money if they're in extra fine or better condition and have attractive toning or come from low mintage rolls. Collectors are now paying a premium for coins that would have gone unnoticed a decade ago. Let's not forget the silver content. Quarters minted before 1965 are 90% silver. In today's bullion market, the silver alone is worth over $4 per coin, but numismatic value can far exceed that, especially for XF examples from low mintage years. If you're holding on to a complete run of quarters from 1836 to 2003, especially those with the P mint mark and in XF condition, you could be sitting on a collection worth thousands. The key is proper grading and knowing the rarity of each specific coin. But how do you find out what your quarter is really worth? Auction sites like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and even eBay can give you a real-time pulse of what collectors are paying. Use tools like PCGS or NGC's price guide to cross-check values. So what should you do if you find an XF quarter from 1983 P, 1999 P, or any of the transitional years? Don't spend it, research it. These coins may have small errors or condition premiums that push them well beyond face valuable. As more collectors enter the hobby and inventory tightens, XF condition coins will likely rise in value. It's a perfect time to go through your coin jars, check old bank rolls, and reevaluate your collection. You might be surprised what's in your hands. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin insights. Drop a comment below if you have a special quarter in your collection. Who knows, it might just be a hidden gem. Until next time, happy collecting and keep checking your change.